here's the thing on this channel. You all probably know this, but for those who may be newer, I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna just talk on it. You all know that on this channel, we don't talk about politics and we don't talk about politicians. That's not something we do on the channel. We kind of avoid it like the plague. And today, though, I'm making an exception to that rule. The reason why I'm making an exception is because yesterday on the House floor, a Minnesota Congresswoman said something wild. She went on the House floor to declare that the WNBA cheated for the New York Liberty last year for the final. And to make my point, I want you all to take a look at this clip, and we're gonna talk about it on the other end because, guys, I gotta tell you, it is wild. I could not believe my ears when I was hearing the Congresswoman say what she said, and we're gonna talk about it, okay? Okay, so without further ado, let's get into it.
Mr. Speaker, soon the Minnesota Lynx will play the New York Liberty at home in Minneapolis. As some Minnesotans may remember, I made a friendly wager with a New York member of Congress last year at the beginning of the Minnesota Lynx New York Liberty WNBA Final Series. That bet included that I would don a Liberty jersey and give a speech congratulating them from here on the House floor if they won the series. And I would have, but I won't. Why won't I? Because the truth is that Minnesota didn't lose Game 5. I was there in New York. The Liberty didn't win. The WNBA gave it to them. Let's stop pretending what happened in Game 5 of the WNBA Finals was just a bad call. It wasn't. The Minnesota Lynx clawed their way through the playoffs. They defied the odds. They outworked every team and every narrative. And in the final seconds of a championship game, on the biggest stage, they didn't get outplayed. They got erased. Oh, even from the House floor, right here in the chamber, I can hear the New York fans protesting. But I know them well enough from Madison Square Garden that night to know that if this had happened to them, their outrage would be the same, which with much more colorful language. A phantom foul, 5 seconds left. Alanna Smith playing legal defense on Breanna Stewart, who, let's be honest, is the league's marketing golden girl. The contact, it was embellished, marginal at worst, but the whistle blew, and the game and the title was handed to New York on a silver platter. And when the Lynx challenged the call, the officials reviewed themselves. The same people who made the call decided to stand by it. That's not accountability. That's the system protecting itself. That's the fix being called in. Meanwhile, Napheesa Collier, the heart of the Lynx, an all-star, a force in the paint, didn't shoot a single free throw the entire game. Now you tell me, how does a player so dominant in the lane never draw contact? Because she was erased from the whistle. Let me just say it out loud right here from the House chamber. The WNBA wanted the Liberty to win. Big market team, superstar faces, a tidy storyline for the league office and the league commissioner, who literally wore the New York skyline on her dress that night. And Minnesota, we were the wrong script. Too gritty, too real, too inconvenient. The league talks about fairness. The league talks about lifting women up. Pay them what they deserve if you want to lift women up in the WNBA. They talk about growing the game with integrity. But when the stakes were high, the WNBA didn't protect the game. They manipulated it. They chose a winner. And here's the truth. Minnesota didn't lose Game 5. The WNBA took it from them. And I'll be damned if I ever put on a New York Liberty jersey. With that, Mr. Speaker, I yield back.
So that was Congresswoman Angie Craig. Now, to be quick clarification, I'm not sure if she actually said this on the House floor yesterday. It was posted yesterday on social media. So I believe it happened yesterday, but whenever it happened, she did recently say this on the House floor. And guys, when I heard it, I was like, what? one, I was very shocked because I don't know if this is a common thing. I'm not sure if this is a common thing for politicians to call out leagues for cheating for other teams. Now, to be clear, do I think that Alanna Smith foul was a real foul? No, I don't. If y'all remember back when the WNBA finals happened, I did several live streams and several deep dives to talk about how I don't think that foul was a foul. Okay? But also, do I think that the WNBA cheated for the New York Liberty? No, I don't. Do I think that the WNBA, do I think it would have been more beneficial for the New York Liberty to win? Yes. Do I think the WNBA cheated? No. And that's where we kind of differ. The reason why I wanted to show this out there is, one, because I hadn't really seen it. Maybe this is a thing that happens for men's sports where like Congress people air out their grievances. But yeah, it's not something that I've saw really ever that I can remember. And so I wanted to just highlight it because number one, this is a women's basketball channel. She was talking about a hugely controversial play call that happened in the finals, which again, I agree that was not a foul. Yes, the refs reviewed it. Yes, they ended up upholding that call. Do I believe it's a foul? No. Do I believe the WNBA cheated? No. And do I think that this is harmful ultimately for the just optics of it all? Yes. This is another reason I wanted to highlight it, because it is a wild, absolutely, Nadia, I agree. It's a wild accusation to allege by a pretty big politician. That's a massive thing to allege. Now, of course, is she happy about that play call? Is she happy about the fact that the Minnesota Lynx lost? Absolutely. Of course she's not happy about it, right? Does she have a point? Yes, that foul was not a foul. Now, I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. Do refs make bad calls? Yes, they do. Kind of all the time. Yes, they do. Do they uphold bad fouls? No. Sometimes they uphold bad calls. Yeah, sure. Right? And so, but the thing that you all have to recognize is that the refs tend to be equally bad for everybody, right? Because New York Liberty fans could point to other instances in that exact finals run that the refs did something that benefited the Minnesota Lynx. And so to cherry pick this one call, which yes, was a bad call, is not great because you're ignoring all this other stuff that happened as well. There was some stuff that was called that benefited the Minnesota Lynx. It's all the same thing. Again, was that a foul? No. Do I think it's a conspiracy that the WNBA is cheating? No. Do I think it's bad it's not a good look for a major Minnesota politician to talk about the WNBA cheating? Yes. Because I agree, LL Kune. The refs are always bad calls. Always bad calls, right? Yeah. And it hits both sides. Now, was Cathy wrong for wearing a New York Liberty dress or wearing a New York style dress for that final game? Yes. Because while she probably thought, oh, I'm in New York, let me wear a New York dress, that makes a lot of sense. While she thought that, the optics of it looked terrible. The optics of that looked absolutely horrible. And so, that's the thing. I wanted to mention it because, one, I don't think you all, let me know in the chat if you all had, one, heard of this congressperson and also heard of what they said, right? I wanted to mention this because it's a women's basketball channel. She talked about women's basketball. She made a major accusation against the WNBA, and I don't think people know about it. So I was like, you know what? Let me talk about it. Let me share that information with you all, just so you all can understand, and let me give my perspective about it. Again, it wasn't a foul. I agree. Cathy was messed up for wearing that New York dress. Absolutely. Would it have been beneficial for the WNBA to have the New York Liberty win the championship? Yes. do I really think that the WNBA conspired with the refs to cheat to allow the Minnesota Lynx to lose? No, I don't think that. I don't think that they cheated for the New York Liberty. I think overall the refs are just not great, and everybody gets it at some point. There were plays in that game that benefited Minnesota that were not necessarily the right calls to make. Same thing for the entire series. And so to call out one play and one bad decision to wear a dress on a major conspiracy against the number one women's basketball league in the United States is wild. And I just wanted to mention it. All right, I just wanted to mention it. Okay, so that is the show for today. What do you all think? I'm very curious to hear you all's thoughts. Okay, all right. So yeah, I will be checking the chat to see you all's thoughts. And again, for other news and information that you all did not know about, make sure to keep it locked on the channel. Because again, I'm sure a lot of y'all did not know that this even was a thing. And so, yeah, let me know your thoughts. And also make sure to keep it locked here all the time for news and information around the WNBA. I do want to give y'all some quick info, quick info about some of the games that are happening tonight. Tonight we have a bunch of games. Guys, this All-Star break was not really an All-Star break. It was just a couple of days of no games, and now we are back at it with a boatload of games to talk about, including games that are happening today, because as of today, we have, 5 teams playing today? We got Los Angeles Sparks versus the Washington Mystics. We have the Indiana Fever versus the New York Liberty. We have Chicago versus Minnesota. We got Atlanta versus the Las Vegas Aces. And we have Dallas against Seattle. All right, lots of great games happening today. And yeah, keep it locked here tomorrow for some information about what happened yesterday, or what happened today in the games. And so yeah, thank you so much for rocking with me. If y'all could, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well. I make content all about women's basketball, and this is Quita in the morning. So make sure to tell a neighbor, tell a friend that Quita is in the morning every single day, talking about the joys of women's basketball, telling you what you all need to know, what people are talking about, and a whole lot more. So yeah, keep it locked here. And again, let me know in the comment section what you all think about the coverage of today's episode. All right, see y'all next one. Till next time, guys. Bye-bye.